health, disease, and the human body. Health is not simply about being free from illness. A person is considered healthy when they are in a good state physically and mentally. This means the body is working properly and the mind is stable and able to cope with daily life. Diseases are one of the main causes of poor health. A disease is any condition that disrupts the normal functioning of the body. Some diseases can spread from one person to another, while others cannot. Communicable diseases are caused by microorganisms such as bacteria and viruses. These diseases can spread between people or between animals and humans. Examples include infections like flu or malaria. These diseases spread because the pathogen moves from one host to another. Non-communicable diseases are different. They do not spread between people. These diseases usually develop over a long period of time and often become worse slowly. Examples include cancer, asthma, and heart disease. It is important to understand that diseases do not always act alone. Sometimes one condition can make another problem worse. For example, if a person has a weak immune system, they are more likely to catch infections because their body cannot defend itself effectively. In some cases, viruses can even increase the risk of cancer by damaging cells over time. Health is also affected by lifestyle. Diet plays a major role. A balanced diet provides essential nutrients, while an unhealthy diet can lead to serious problems. Stress is another important factor. Long-term stress can affect both the body and the mind. Life conditions, such as access to health care and healthy food, also influence a person's health. Cardiovascular disease and the heart. Cardiovascular disease refers to problems affecting the heart and blood vessels. One of the most common types is coronary heart disease. In this condition, fatty deposits build up inside the coronary arteries. These arteries supply blood to the heart muscle. As the deposits increase, the artery becomes narrower. This reduces blood flow and limits oxygen supply to the heart. If the heart muscle does not receive enough oxygen, a heart attack can occur. Doctors use different treatments to manage this condition. One common method is the use of a stent. A stent is a small mesh tube placed inside the artery. It pushes the artery open and allows blood to flow more easily. This reduces the risk of a heart attack. Another treatment involves drugs called statins. These drugs reduce the level of harmful cholesterol in the blood. Lower cholesterol means fewer fatty deposits forming in arteries. This reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke. However, statins must be taken regularly and can sometimes cause side effects. In more serious cases, a patient may need a heart transplant. This involves replacing a damaged heart with a healthy one from a donor. If a donor heart is not available, an artificial heart may be used. An artificial heart is a mechanical device that pumps blood. It is often used temporarily until a real heart becomes available. Artificial hearts have advantages. They are less likely to be rejected by the body. However, they also have disadvantages. They may not work as efficiently as a natural heart and can increase the risk of blood clots. Heart valves are also important. These valves control the direction of blood flow. If a valve becomes damaged, blood may flow in the wrong direction or not flow properly. In such cases, the valve can be replaced with a mechanical or biological valve. Risk factors for disease. A risk factor is something that increases the chance of developing a disease. It does not mean the disease will definitely occur, but it makes it more likely. Risk factors can come from lifestyle, the environment, or substances in the body. For example, smoking is a major risk factor. It damages the lungs and blood vessels and can directly cause diseases such as lung cancer and heart disease. Obesity is another important risk factor. It can lead to conditions such as type 2 diabetes because it affects how the body responds to insulin. Alcohol consumption can damage the liver. The liver processes alcohol, but excessive amounts can harm its cells and affect brain function. Some substances in the environment can also increase disease risk. For example, certain materials or radiation can damage cells and lead to cancer. These harmful substances are called carcinogens. It is important to understand that many diseases are caused by several risk factors working together. For example, lack of exercise and an unhealthy diet can lead to high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which then cause heart disease. Cancer and tumors. Cancer is caused by uncontrolled cell growth and division. Normally, cells divide in a controlled way. In cancer, this control is lost. This leads to the formation of a tumor. A tumor is a mass of abnormal cells. There are two types of tumors. Benign tumors stay in one place and do not spread. They are usually not dangerous. Malignant tumors are cancerous. They grow and spread into other tissues. Cells from these tumors can break away and travel through the bloodstream to form new tumors in other parts of the body. These are called secondary tumors. Cancer risk factors include smoking, obesity, exposure to radiation, and infection by certain viruses. Genetics also plays a role. Some people inherit genes that increase their risk of developing certain types of cancer. Question and answer section. Question: what is a disease? A disease is a condition that disrupts the normal functioning of the body. Question: what is the difference between communicable and non-communicable diseases? Communicable diseases can spread between people, while non-communicable diseases cannot. Question: what is cardiovascular disease? It is a group of diseases that affect the heart and blood vessels. Question: what causes coronary heart disease? Fatty deposits build up in the coronary arteries, reducing blood flow and oxygen supply to the heart. Question: What is a stent? A stent is a small mesh tube used to keep an artery open and improve blood flow. Question: how do statins help prevent heart disease? They reduce the level of harmful cholesterol and slow down the formation of fatty deposits. Question: what is an artificial heart? It is a mechanical device that pumps blood when the natural heart cannot function properly. Question: what is a risk factor? A risk factor is something that increases the chance of developing a disease. Question: give one example of a risk factor for cancer. Smoking. Question: what is a benign tumor? A tumor that does not spread and stays in one place. Question: what is a malignant tumor? A cancerous tumor that spreads to other parts of the body.